Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the Northwest, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
La Vita is an award-winning, independently run Italian restaurant. Located on Rose Lane in the heart of Liverpool, real Italian-style dishes, using the best ingredients, skillfully prepared by our chefs. Come and try our serious Italian experience.
The Warrington Irish Club, a friendly and welcoming club keeping the Irish culture alive. We have Irish and country music every Saturday night, tribute nights, race nights, charity nights and karaoke. All live sports are shown on big screens. We have snooker, dominoes and Crown Green bowling teams along with arts and craft. Pop in for a friendly welcome and book your event at the Warrington Irish Club. Give Frank a call on 01925 243 363.
Mulligan's Funeral and Monumental Services are a family-owned funeral service first established by the late Brian Mulligan in 1996. We provide funeral homes in Chorlton, Manchester and Reddish, Stockport, and we pride ourselves on giving a friendly and professional service to all the families who use our service. Contact us on 0161 432 0809.
Press this, and you can see this, hear this, taste this, and experience this. Press the green button at Ireland.com.
Hello and welcome to the show, and we hope you're all keeping really well at home. Now, the legendary musician Grace Kelly recently celebrated her 50th birthday, and we went along to join in the celebrations. But our first story tonight is all about Jimmy Cricket, who's been celebrating 50 years in the entertainment business. Hello, Jimmy.
Hey, Martin, how are you?
My goodness, what are you doing out here on such a cold day?
Well, things are tough in show business these days, Martin, and you've got to do a bit of busking. And
did you get much so far?
Well, I just said to the fella, could you spare a copper? He said there's a load of them in the police station.
Now listen, you've been playing here at the Plaza Theatre in Stockport for many years.
Yes, and if you'd like to know anything about it, Martin, I'm your man.
Well, come on, let's go.
Let's go.
I believe you can play the tin whistle. Are you going to play a tune for us?
Oh, yes, Martin. In fact, my next door neighbour loves me playing the tin whistle. One night he put a brick through the window so he could hear me better.
No wonder he put the brick through the window. Jimmy, it's great to see you celebrating 50 years in the entertainment business. Many congratulations.
Thank you, Martin. One of these days I'm going to get a laugh.
Well, we might get a few today.
Well, I hope so. It's lovely to be back on Irish in the UK again.
Thank you. Now, of course, you've enjoyed huge success down the years, and we've talked about this many times. But of course, back in the 70s and 80s, you were very, very popular. You had your TV shows, your own TV series. That was a great thing, a great achievement back then.
Yes, yeah. It was I suppose it all started I was born in Cookstown, County Tyrone, and my mammy was surprised because she was in Belfast. No, but you know, I sort of start off my book that I've just written by saying that's essentially true, and I'll tell you why. Come closer now, everybody. The mammy, we lived in Cookstown. My father had a bar, and he was an undertaker as well, but he owned a pub. But she went to Belfast to have me because the hospital had more of the equipment and the midwives and things. And then she came back to Cookstown. But the ironic thing was, 2 years later, we all moved to Belfast, the whole family, because I had 3 older brothers, John, Brian and Kieran, and an older sister. And so we bought a grocery shop. So in a way, because I was born there, I had a sneak preview of Belfast before we actually got there. I remember once I came home from school and I said to my dad, "Dad, I'm no good at arithmetic." He said, "Don't worry, son, that makes 3 of us." Now, those are the jokes I tell about my dad, but I have, in the book that I've written, I do true anecdotes, which sometimes just as funny as the state. I'll give you an instance, Martin. He sent over to England to get a Rolls Royce and have it fitted like a hearse to give people a good send-up. And during the war, he was coming back from a funeral, and there was 3 American soldiers, because there was a base, an air base, near Cookstown. So they were thumbing a lift, so he says, "Get in the back, lads." And when they arrived, a few miles later, they got out, and one said, "Hey, that was a bumpy ride." And my dad said, "You're the first one to get out of there that's complained."
I know that you've worked with so many great acts down the years, but I know that today we'd have to mention your special friend, Frank Carson.
My favourite joke of Frank was, I'm in a bar the other night, and a fella shouts, "Frank, lend us a tenner." I said, "I can't hear you." He said, "Lend us a tenner." I said, "I can't hear you." The barman said, "I can hear him." He said, "Well, you lend him a tenner then." We were very family orientated, the television. The radio, that came through the 80s, the television, and there's more. It was a series for Central. And then I was blessed again because I got a series for Radio 2 called Jimmy's Cricket Team. And that was written by a scriptwriter called Eddie Brabham. And some of your viewers will have heard the name Eddie Brabham. He started writing for Ken Dodd, wrote for Ken for 10 years, and Ken went right to the top of the London Palladium. And then he moved to write for Morecambe and Wise, those famous Christmas shows. During the 80s, they actually had a children's royal variety show, which gave the funds. It was a fundraiser for the NSPCC, which is the National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children. And Princess Margaret was the patron. So I did 3 or 4. So I sort of would sort of shake hands with her. You sort of feel after she'd been to a few, you know.
Tonight, Jimmy Cricket, this is your life. Thank you.
Thank you.
Loads of surprises, all right?
Now, Jimmy, you're never short of a word or two, but there's one occasion where you were absolutely stomach. The night that Eamon Andrews appeared with the big red book and said, "Jimmy, this is your life."
Well, you know what surprised me? When I met my good lady May, I was at the Pontins holiday camp in Middleton Towers in Morecambe. And she'd come over with her 2 sisters. Now, her and Margaret had learned to sing in harmony. So when the season finished, we came to Manchester. And I got them work all around the clubs. But they had another sister called Evelyn, and she was the only one who could drive. So she drove us around, and this is in the book. You see, we got these old bangers of cars. And we were coming back from a gig once, and one broke down, and we were pushing it, up the hill. We couldn't get it up. And a police car pulls along, and these 2 very nice policemen got out and started to help us push it, right? So we were sweating because it wasn't taxed or insured or anything. After we'd done those clubs, Evelyn emigrated. So she went to Australia for 14 years. And I came up on the train to London to see my agent. I came out of the tube in Oxford Circus, and there she was. And I couldn't understand it. She said, "Shh, I'm coming up to Rochdale to see May." So the next morning, I was booked to go to, with my agent, this building site to get a photograph for a book I had, letters from my mammy. And as we approached this building site, who was there with a tin hat? Eamon Andrews, and Evelyn was beside him. And he said to me, "Now, Jimmy, you saw her yesterday in the streets of London, but tonight, Jimmy Cricket, this is your life." And that was the tag. That's how it all came about.
You're here at the Plaza in Stockport for a very big event on the 26th of March.
Yes, at 3 p.m. I'll be doing my 50th anniversary show, Martin. And with these particular shows, I like to use the community. And we've got a wonderful dance school up from New Mills. It's Carol Ann Bruce. She's the company director, and they're called the Debut Studios Academy and Sixth Form, right? Now, as if that was enough, we have this beautiful choir. They've been here before with me, and they went brilliantly. They closed the first half, and it's a lady called Liz, and they're called the Do Your Thing Choir. And they will be doing songs from the musicals, and it's just lovely. And their mums and dads come in, and if you see them, looking at either the dancers or the singers, it's just their eyes light up, the mums and dads, Martin.
What about tickets, Jimmy? How can people get tickets?
Well, they just come on to the Plaza Stockport, just Google. They'll come on the website, and it's made very easy. They can get them online. Box office is here too through the week. We want to keep these theatres going live, Absolutely. And it's a great way to reminisce. The Plaza's got such a history. Do you know this theatre opened in 1932, the 7th of October, and it was Cine Variety. They showed a movie and then a variety show. And then the first movie I've actually shown here was Laurel and Hardy, called Jailbirds. And then it carried on right through. They had the first panto was here in 1960, and they're still doing them. But there was just a hiccup. In 1966, it closed. It was with a Jerry Lewis movie, and it became a bingo club for 40 years. And it was really ready to be sold for development. There's a lovely lady, Rosie, here, works the sound, and Ted Doan is the manager, and she told me they were going to level it. It was going to be a car park. Wow. And, we need these theatres.
Absolutely.
But the people of Stockport rallied round. They formed a trust, and now it's been going strong ever since. Martin, we like to put something back, don't we? Yeah. That's what it's all about. We get more of a kick, and if you can raise a few bob. The one that I particularly would always try to get involved with is Francis House, the Children's Hospice in Didsbury in Manchester. They just do such wonderful work.
To celebrate the 50 years, you've also written a book. Tell me a little bit about the book and the name of the book.
Yeah, it's called Memoirs of an Irish Comedian, Come Here There's More, the Jimmy Cricket Story. And it traces right through from my roots, Cookstown, till going to be a redcoat at Mosney in Butlins. Older readers will remember what it was like in the 70s with all the clubs here. Yeah. But for the younger people, it's a peep into like another world.
Many congratulations to Jimmy, celebrating 50 years in the entertainment business. He's done so much down the years to keep us all laughing and enjoying life. And we're all looking forward to his show here at the Plaza Theatre in Stockport on the 26th of March. We hope you can all come along and enjoy the day with us. Anyway, we hope you've enjoyed Jimmy and his jokes, and of course the music was fantastic. Thank you, Jimmy. And we're going for a break, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the North West, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
La Vita is an award-winning, independently run Italian restaurant. Located on Rose Lane in the heart of Liverpool, real Italian-style dishes, using the best ingredients, skillfully prepared by our chefs. Come and try our serious Italian experience.
The Warrington Irish Club, a friendly and welcoming club keeping the Irish culture alive. We have Irish and country music every Saturday night, tribute nights, race nights, charity nights and karaoke. All live sports are shown on big screens. We have snooker, dominoes and crown green bowling teams along with arts and craft. Pop in for a friendly welcome and book your event at the Warrington Irish Club. Give Frank a call on 01925 243 363.
Mulligan's Funeral and Monumental Services are a family-owned funeral service first established by the late Brian Mulligan in 1996. We provide funeral homes in Chorlton, Manchester and Reddish, Stockport, and we pride ourselves on giving a friendly and professional service to all the families who use our service. Contact us on 0161 432 0809.
Press this, and you can see this, hear this, taste this, and experience this. Press the green button at ireland.com.
Welcome back. Now we're here at the Bowling Green pub in Chorlton in Manchester for a very special occasion because Grace Kelly is celebrating her 50th birthday. Of course, Grace is known throughout the world for her wonderful traditional music. Now her brother, John Joe Kelly, has arranged a special get-together over this weekend for many of Grace's friends who has played with her down the years to attend here for her birthday. Now I'm off to meet the birthday girl. Grace, I can't believe you're 50. Many congratulations to you.
Thank you very much, Martin. I don't feel 50. I might look at my body and my aches and pains, but yeah, it's hard to register. I'm going to be hitting the big nifty 50, but I'm delighted at the same time. I'm happy to be still here.
Well, that's the main thing. Now, of course, Grace, look, you've all entertained us so much down the years with your wonderful music. Tell me how you first got involved in music.
I was very young, thanks to my parents, Kay and Huey. I was about 3 when I started Irish dancing, and that was in the Chorlton Club there now, and with Mrs O'Neill, and I started up there, and then from there on we went to St Wilfrid's. I was about 5, but there was always musicians coming in the house, Paddy Fairy, a friend of my dad's, and people like that. John Madden playing the accordion, and Paddy was on the sax, and so we started St Wilfrid's when I was about 5, and I learnt with Marion Flannery, now Marion Egan, and started from there and went on to the piano accordion, then went on the fiddle with Bobby Tracy, and went under a mischief of other instruments and all, and settled on the whistle and the fiddle, and was singing and stuff then at that stage in Lilton, along with John Joe, who was doing bodhrán and drums and all sorts as well. So we were very lucky growing up in the Chorlton in Manchester, and all the magic people we've had all down through the decades and the community, and it's just been fantastic. So a great weekend's ahead here by the looks of things. My brother's been up to all sorts, so I'm very surprised, and lovely to see you here today as well. It's lovely.
You've done so much for the Irish community here, and you've done so much fundraising. You're always at fundraising events, playing for free, helping out people. You've done great work down the years, and thank you so much for that.
Well, I love music and I love people, and it's just a natural thing like yourselves to do things and be nice and help people, and the music's just a blessing, and everyone that's in the music scene. And Irish Community Care, we'll be doing another one for them soon, hopefully. Peaky Blinders style, that's what we planned before COVID happened. So we might try and do one of them in the future again. But yeah, just keeping everything going and support as much as we can, that's all we always try to do. And long may it all continue.
John Joe, your brother, has been very busy, and we know a lot of people are going to turn up here tonight and tomorrow and tomorrow. This is going to go on for a week.
I haven't a clue how it's all going to pan out, Martin, but I want to say a huge thanks to my brother and all my dear friends who's made this possible this weekend, and I love them all very dearly. So I hope everyone enjoys themselves.
John Joe, great to see you back in Manchester.
Nice to see you, Martin. How are you keeping? It was a bit of a exciting time to come this time round. I've not been in Manchester for quite a while, and I've been living in Ireland for a number of years, but bit of an exciting weekend. My sister Grace is celebrating her 50th birthday, so had a little bit of a surprise party and got a few musicians and some nice food, and we're hoping for a nice, lovely weekend of music and fun. So it's been a while since I've been here, but it couldn't be a better weekend to be back. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
You're a huge part of the Irish community here for many years in Manchester, but tell me, how is things going for you in Ireland?
Great, thanks. Yeah, I've been living in Sligo now for the last 13 years. Partner Marie, wife Marie, she's director of the Theatre of the Hawkswell, and it's been great, a wonderful time there. But she's originally from Ennis in County Clare, so I've kind of had the triangle of Ennis, Sligo and Manchester, obviously. So we're lucky people. We're in good music spots, but it's nice to be back. It's nice to see old friends as well. I haven't seen, and for Grace as well, I haven't seen a lot of these people for a long time. So it's nice to see them, and yourself as well. Really nice.
You do a lot of teaching as well, don't you?
That's right. I teach privately in the house in Sligo. Do some teaching here in Manchester as well, and I teach online Skype classes. And I also do group classes from time to time with workshops. And then outside of that, I obviously play with the band Fluke. So we kind of do a lot of touring with them. We're off to Japan in May, and then busy summer after that. So yeah, I try and balance it between the live performance and the teaching, because it's nice to give something back to the kids. And there's some great, fantastic young kids coming through, as there always has been. But I think it's an exciting time in Irish music. So it's nice to see these young kids getting such a kick out of it, like we did 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Been lucky enough with Fluke to travel pretty much all over the world now, and like I say, to go out to Japan. I remember we went there 20 odd years ago, and it was I remember we were supporting the Chieftains, and there was this big basketball arena, and it was a huge event, and we've been lucky. As I say, this lovely lady called Yoko's been bringing us back, and I've met some fantastic trad musicians now that are based in Tokyo and outside of Tokyo as well. It's really, as I say, music's a powerful thing, and it's fascinating. It's even at the All Ireland Flower, there was a senior Ceilidh band that came over from Tokyo that performed at it, and it was absolutely fantastic, and I got a standing ovation. There was a great bodhrán maker, a friend of mine called Seamus O'Kane, and he sent a bodhrán out there, and I didn't realise this had happened, but we were signing some CDs at the end of a show one night, and this gentleman came along with a Seamus O'Kane bodhrán, and I had a bit of a moment, and so after I'd spoken to this lovely man who's now a fantastic player, I contacted the maker, Seamus O'Kane, and said, I've just noticed there's a fella's got one of your bodhráns in Tokyo. Are you aware there's one of your bodhráns in Japan? And to my amusement, Seamus said, yeah, well, I was, John Joe, actually, because I sent it to him.
Arriving on a Monday night, it's time, we're ready to go. Passing from the Central down to Michael's, you know. Meeting friends old and new, my heart did skip a beat or two. Music, song and dance we seek, down at the Willie Clancy Week.
We all know you're a wonderful musician, but you're also a very good singer, and you recorded a great song, didn't you?
I did, that was a while back. There was a songwriting competition in Milltown Malby and my friend put me forward and long story short, I won the competition. So the prize was to do a single of the song, which we did, and it was lovely, and yourselves played it, thanks so much, and down at the Willie Clancy Week, so that feels a long time ago now, which it was in 2012.
Oh, the music, song and dance it peaks down at the Willie Clancy Week.
Well, absolutely, but the Willie Clancy weekends, they were something else.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one this year as well, 50 years since Willie Clancy died. So there'll be a big festival this summer in Milltown. I might get to it if I can, and yeah, it's just brilliant. All the festivals are brilliant, and in England as well with the Trad Birmingham Festival now as well, and there's loads of lovely festivals all happening, and yeah, we all keep supporting them, keep playing the music.
We're here at Bowling Green today, I should say, of course, and you've got a big music group here every Sunday evening as well.
Very lucky with the community in the Bowling Green, thanks to Mark Canny and all the staff. It's absolutely brilliant. We love it here. It's home from home, and there's always a great session every week with singers, musicians, could have a dancer come in. People come from very far distances, and you never know what you'll get, but there's always a lovely squad of people, and then other people come from afar, and a few dancers. You never know, it's always lovely, and it's a community thing, you know.
I think the main key I always say to young players is meet friends and enjoy it, and that's what we've done. And you know, like what's happening here today, there's people I've been friends with for 40 years, and you meet friends and you have friends for life outside of your school friends or wherever your workmates. It's like your own little different community, and as you know, there's such a strong one in Manchester, and there always has been, and it's nice to see it still blooming and growing in the right way, which is it's heartwarming for me when I come home anyway, so it's great. I just want to say a massive happy birthday to my sister Grace. I've had an amazing 47 years with you. You're an absolute rocket. You keep me going, that's for sure. And yeah, I hope you have the most amazing day. I know Mum and Dad aren't here, but they are in spirit. And I love you loads. Thanks for everything.
Grace, my goodness, what a turnout here. You've had a lovely evening so far.
I am speechless. I am overwhelmed. The amount of people that's here that I haven't seen since I've been very young, all through my life. I've just had the midwife here who delivered, was there when my mum had me nearly 50 years ago, Mary Bunting. What a special lady. She's still here. She sends me Christmas cards every year. I can't believe the amount of people that's been in my life and that's come down to celebrate, and I don't know how tomorrow's going to go. It's all just too overwhelming, and by Monday I don't know what to say. We'll be talking about it for I don't know how long to come, but thanks to everyone, it's absolutely been unbelievable. I'm very lucky.
Lovely, Grace. Listen, many congratulations to you. I know you're all getting ready now to have a great session of music.
Yeah, we're finishing off whatever's left now. The gang, people keep coming and coming and going. It's just a flow of wonderful people through our lives and all the memories from childhood and everything. So, yeah, thank you, and roll on tomorrow as well. It's been a fabulous day. Thank you, everyone.
It's been a pleasure to be here with you, honestly.
Thank you, Martin.
You deserve it, honestly.
Thank you so much, Martin. Thank you.
And we hope you've enjoyed the show at home as well with Grace and her family and all her many friends that's here. We'll see you all next week. Irish in the UK. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Press the green button at Ireland.com.